This is the Sports Dynasty NFL. My name is Trevor, and this is Juan. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on all podcast platforms. Choose which way makes you comfortable. Join the Facebook group. We have a lot of things going on over there. And yeah, let's get started with week 9. Did NFL just find ways to prove us right? That nothing ever makes sense in this stupid league. Nothing, not at all. Just when you think that something logical may happen, nope. The unexpected always happens. Not now, though. That is great to have some type of parity, some type of unpredictability in the league. But no, now it's time. Certain things just need to happen. And unfortunately, we are victims of it, right, Juan?
Yes, we have to talk about that. So if you guys have not noticed already, we are in 2 separate places, in 2 separate cameras, 2 separate mics, 2 separate computers, because my ass is sick as fluff. I don't know if you can hear that. You probably can. My nasally voice is here, but that don't stop us. So we'll find a way to get this out to you no matter what. Like, I'm about to sneeze in a few seconds. I already feel it coming. Yeah, it's about to happen right now. We good? That's twice. See? Good old beautiful cough button I have. Oh my
First of all,
gosh.
the weather here is so unpredictable. It's November. It's the early November,
And it's what, 70?
and it's 70 degrees in New York City.
Yeah.
How much you bet by the end of the week gonna be like 20 degrees next week? How much
No,
you
I
bet?
think in the middle of the week it's gonna be like low 50s to like high 40s. And then it's gonna go back up to like 60s, I think.
Oh God,
So it's still gonna be fluctuate up and down. We're not gonna be cold, I guess, until December. But you are not here to talk about the New York City weather account. You're not here to talk about that. They're not here to listen about that. We're
Nope.
supposed to be talking about good old the NFL football. So before we go ahead and talk about the games that actually matter, let's go through some of the games that don't matter. There's only like 3 that doesn't really matter much. For example, the Panthers getting just absolutely curb stomped by the Cincinnati Bengals, 42-21
No, no,
at
no,
the
no,
Jungle.
no, 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 no. You gotta fix that phrase right there. The Carolina Panthers were curb stomped by Joe Mixon by himself.
Yeah, by Joe Mixon, 5
Himself.
touchdowns,
35
4 of them in one half.
Yes. So yes, let's get that right there. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe that. I couldn't believe that by one bit. You think that Jamar Chase is all right, fine, they'll probably struggle, like how they did against Cleveland beginning, and you realize that the Panthers are not Cleveland, and Joe Mixon decided that he wanted to knock people out on the football field this time. So that's good for him.
Yeah, pretty damn bad. So there's not much to talk about there. The Panthers suck. They're trash. And the Bengals decided to take out their embarrassing Monday night loss on the Panthers. That's why that game was very unpredictable and why we told you guys I wouldn't bet. I did it. I don't know if y'all guys did. I didn't. Because I didn't know which outcome is going to happen. It was either the Panthers are going to keep it defensively and close, or the Bengals were going to do what they did yesterday. It's one or the other.
On a different card, I had Panthers +7 on another card, but
yeah, that didn't look even close.
Yeah, I thought that all right, 7 points, not too bad, but they were up by 35 points at halftime. So yeah, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Baker Mayfield got some points, so I guess he might be getting his job back, but it's all for nothing because they're all gonna be like unemployed after this year anyway. So
yes, he had 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter by himself. So yeah, that was him.
it was adorable, absolutely adorable. Means nothing. You're all trash. Raiders go into Jaguars, choke, I think their 3rd lead of the season. I think it's their 3rd, up by 3 scores. I think in all 3. I think 2 17-point leads and 1 20-point lead. I think that was against Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. No, Chiefs was 17, and there's another one I forget before that.
It was Arizona.
That's 20. There's another one. I don't remember. I guess it was this one.
Yeah.
They were up 17-0. Davante Adams looked like he belonged in the team, getting 2 deep touchdowns in the first half. And then all of a sudden, Jacksonville won. My pick was looking pretty good this week. I was very, very happy.
Yes.
Um, there's not much to cover here. Who cares? They suck. ETN's actually playing pretty decent this season. It's another 100-yard game by him,
You
so
know
he's
what?
actually getting his yards up. But the Raiders are embarrassing, and us Patriots fans are expecting Josh McDaniels back in the Patriots next year.
I agree. He's definitely,
It's that simple.
yeah, he's not getting fired. Yes.
Yeah, there's no way he's lasting past this year. Not possible. Um, Seahawks go into Arizona. They were down. They were underdogs in this game, by the way, and it was a fun game.
It
By the
was.
way, it was very fun game. I thought that the Arizona defense actually played very well in this game. They wound up losing 31-21, but this is more on the case that Kyler Murray and that contract ain't looking very good right now. The last two games, Kyler Murray has looked like dog crap. Let's keep it real. These specifically last two games, and even in that Thursday game when they beat the crap out of the Saints, that's because Andy Dalton apparently must have bet on the Cardinals because he threw two pick sixes in spectacular fashion to help the Cardinals win by as much as they did. But Kyler Murray has not been looking good, and he's been looking worse and worse since DeAndre Hopkins came back, which is not
Yes.
something we thought we'd see. But
Part of
what
that has to
gives?
do with, yeah, part of it has to do with coaching, honestly, because I think we were speaking about this off the air. I think on Saturday, we're talking about how that the Bidwell family would probably give Cliff Kingsbury a break because they didn't have D-Hop 6 games, so they would treading water. They were 2-4, which they would expect to come back from. All right, they can turn it around, but they have not looked good at all. Kyler Murray has gotten look worse and worse, and that contract that that he forced upon them was that, to be honest, he forced them. At the end of the day, so was going to pay him regardless, but he forced them their hand to pay him his money, and it looking like they are really regretting that decision right now. I mean, at least I would be regretting that decision because he's
Yeah,
looked really bad.
it's insane how the Seahawks had 10 more minutes time possession, about 35 to 25 minutes. The Seahawks outgained the Arizona Cardinals about almost 200 extra yards. Okay. They got 27 first downs to Cardinals 15 first downs. And then Cardinals had 12 penalties in this game and got sacked 5 times. That and they were only down by but they were down by how much? 3 in the middle of the fourth quarter
Yeah,
until Kenneth Walker won the game winning touchdown, the daggering touchdown rather. The Arizona defense I thought played very well in this game. I really thought they played good. That offense is beyond anemic. It's literally that simple. Those stats tell you right there. The offense did not do the defense any favors. I thought they held their own perfectly fine. No good. And Seattle continues rolling while they go into Germany, I believe, next week, going against Tampa
yes,
Bay.
Journey, yes, which they should get the win there too.
They should, but it is an international game, and according to what happened yesterday evening, maybe Tom got a little bit of a spark. We'll see. Uh, Indianapolis go into Foxborough and Patriots. They just keep it kick the crap out of the Colts defensively. It was just no contest. This actually went worse than we thought.
Yeah, we
We
did.
thought
It
the
did.
Colts would have at least a touchdown. They only got 3 in this game.
They were lucky to get that. They were lucky to
Yeah,
get
I
that.
know the Colts barely got 100 yards of total offense in this game at all. I think they got 121 of total yards.
Mhm.
Who knew that a team in this day and age will somehow have less than 150 yards total offense? That happened.
That yeah.
9 sacks.
Matthew Judon was incredible yesterday. He
Yes.
was literally all over the field. Um, Great job by I think it was Bentley with I think it was the block punt, and Schooler recovered it. I think Schooler recovered it for the touchdown.
Oh, it
And
was Bentley who blocked it? It wasn't the white guy?
no, no,
I thought
no,
the white
School,
guy blocked it.
no, no, Schooler was the one that recovered it, I believe. That
Okay,
he
okay.
recovered it.
No,
Yeah,
okay, no.
yeah,
I know he had to do something. I like him. He's our Nate Ebner replacement because
yeah,
I love
yeah.
the guy.
So a lot of which I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever the Patriots score on special teams, remind me of 2019 when they were doing it almost every single game, scoring
Yeah,
and
because the
blocking
offense was
punts.
so trash. Yeah, that they
Yeah,
had to.
yeah. The offense so trash that we had the special teams was literally the best phase, and the defense was the best phases of the team. But
Yeah.
yeah, they played very well.
But
Um,
Judon, like you said, Judon was absolutely amazing. Josh Uche, the last
yes,
2 games, been doing. I think he might have 5 sacks in the last 2 games, 4 or 5 sacks. Josh Uche
mm,
in the last 2 games. And if that's the case, this Patriot defense is something to be feared. If they have 2 edge rushers who get to the quarterback and with Barmore returning,
Yeah,
Patriots defense is looking like exactly what Belichick wanted for the last 2 seasons. They got some speed at the front, at least in the defensive line, not the linebacker. The defensive line got some speed there. Got guys who finishes sacks. Got corners who get. John Jones got a pick six yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So the defense looking great, but that obviously was never the issue to begin with.
clearly not.
Issue
Yeah,
is that offense, and as long as that offense continues to play the way that they've been playing, this team will not do anything. It's that simple.
and particularly in the passing play.
Yes.
Of course, the running game still one of the best aspects of the offense. They find a way to move the chain, which is good. But yes, the play calling in this game, especially early in the first half, I thought was like, "What are you doing? Like this is going." I mean, like for Matt Jones again, keeps saying he's holding the ball too long, but I think that the plays that they're giving him is taking a little bit too long to
Dude,
develop to the
what have
point
I
where,
been saying all year, man?
yeah, yeah, it's two different plays, but for two different quarterbacks. It is. You can't tell me that it's not. It is. But at the end of the day, it was a game that the Patriots definitely needed to keep afloat in the already competitive AFC East. I can't believe I'm saying this. Like it's already bananas in there. So this was
Mhm.
definitely a big win. The Patriots get a bye week next week, so they can prepare for the Jets in Foxborough in 2 weeks. Which, in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Jets. Last week when we said that the Jets the downfall was coming, I'm not saying their season. So we'll
Their
get to that.
playoff hopes, yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that I agree with.
the playoff. They definitely saying the playoff
Yeah,
hopes. Yeah.
and I
So
would say this, that we are both Patriots fans. You rep it more than I do, but we're both Patriots fans, obvious. I think yesterday made it very clear that the Patriots are the worst team in that division, and I don't think it's particularly close at the moment. I think it's clear.
yeah, it
Very
is.
clear. But it's not because the Patriots are trash, it's because the rest of the division
It's
really stepped their game up
yeah, they did.
and really are at this point in time are next to Buffalo, as the Jets proved yesterday. Buffalo's not too far off from the teams in this division.
We thought they were. We thought
Yeah,
there was a
as of
clear
right
cut.
now. Will
Right
that
now, you
last? I don't know. But in this moment today, after week 9, the Jets and the Dolphins both have wins over Buffalo. The Buffalo's not too far from those two teams.
yeah,
They're not. They're not, especially the Jets. The Jets actually beat them clean, straight up.
yes,
At least for Miami, it took the equator for them to beat to beat the Buffalo, but the Jets beat them straight up. As a matter of fact, let's go through that
yeah.
game
Let's
right
go with that
now.
right now. First of all, I want to give a big round of applause to Robert Saleh and that Jets defense. That was absolutely sensational. This is what he was hired for. He was hired for.
Yep.
He's hired for to have a really good defense to pretty much stand pat and let the running game and the offense do its thing. Now, don't get me wrong. They ran the ball very well. Everything was great. They ran the ball very well. They ran it down Buffalo's throats a lot of the times. They caught Buffalo's that D line was soft yesterday. They did
Mhm.
whatever they wanted. Michael Carter did whatever he wanted to do. And of course, wait. Oh yeah. And of course,
No, you're good.
Sauce Gardner. Wow. Sauce Gardner. Like the two picks that Josh Allen, first of all, that defense made Josh Allen so uncomfortable. It was like, okay, this is how you beat him. This is how you beat him. And I think that the last two games for Buffalo, they've really been kind of soft after the bye week. Yeah, they beat Green Bay last week, but they've been really soft the last two games. Well, we could say the last six quarters, actually, because the first half in the first game against Green Bay, they were just lights out. But the last 6 quarters, they've been, I don't know. But shout out to the Jets, the Jets defense. That was incredible. An incredible showing for them.
You want some stats?
Yes, go ahead.
In the last 6 quarters, or you could say the last 2 games, Buffalo has allowed 382 rushing yards in
Oh,
2 games. They've allowed 7 sacks in the last 2 games. 5 of them coming against the Jets yesterday. 4 interceptions by Josh Allen in the last 2 games, and he probably should have threw 5 yesterday. He was
yes.
absolute dog shit yesterday. He was very bad. Very, very bad. And a lot of that credit goes to the Jets defensive front. They were getting after him, completely annihilated that offensive line of the Bills, and made Josh Allen rush like he hasn't had to rush in a while. They really made him just absolutely second guess what he normally does and make him make decisions that he normally wouldn't make in the last 3 seasons. He was disgusting, and respect for him because he completely acknowledged that in the press conference after the game. He said it straight up, I played like shit. And you did. 100%. You're good. I know you're all scared. What happened? You gotta charge it, don't you?
Nah, my alarm for my alarm went off for my phone because I'm usually waking up at this time to go to work. So
But why is your phone so far away that you have to get out?
because it's charging, yeah.
Why you people never charge your phone? Why?
Because I forgot to charge it last night. I was home with sleep, so I didn't know how to do that. But let's move
I
on.
don't understand that because it's everybody's not you. I'm apparently the only smart person in this planet that charges his phone every night to make sure it's at 100% when I wake up. Why nobody does that? I
I,
don't get it.
I don't get it either. Yeah,
I should cut this as a short and put that. Why? My phone is always a high percentage every morning. Why am I the only person who does that?
that could be a rant for your rant of the week.
if I go on the damn show, I still don't want to go there. But back to football. I apologize. Because when your partner gets up and leaves camera randomly, you get confused. See, this shit don't happen when we're together in the same room. Anyway, but yeah, that's been the Buffalo Bills team the last 6 quarters. Quarterback play has been absolutely disgusting. The trench play on both sides of the ball has been absolutely disgusting. Apparently, when Matt Milano goes down, no one knows how to tackle in the Buffalo's front seven. Apparently, because they have a lot of secondary issues, and they have to play a Minnesota team. We don't like them, but they can throw the football down the field, as shown yesterday against Washington. Like Kirk Cousins dot to Dalvin Cook for, I guess it was the game-winning touchdown. Just wow. So they have to deal with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen next week with that beat-up secondary because they lost like 3 DBs yesterday at Jets. So that secondary is so decimated is insane. But what's that got to do with the front seven not making tackles? Mind you, that Jets offensive line is in shambles too, and they got dominated.
I was saying that yesterday too. Like they were talking about, oh, they caught the Jets caught Buffalo at a bad game, a lot of injuries. Well, the Jets have injuries too. The Jets lost their best running back to ACL injury. They have injuries on the offensive line. They have injuries on the defense. But there's not an excuse to how they came to play and really punch Buffalo in the mouth. If you want to say punch them in the mouth, they really did. They really did. So kudos to them. This is their second loss. So basically, yeah, I was really watching Sunday Night Football yesterday, where they're talking about Buffalo in the Titans Chiefs game. How Buffalo beat all the division leaders in the AFC, saying that they did a class, but Jets really went in there, punched them in the mouth, and said that, hey,
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. See, Buffalo beat who they're supposed to. So no matter what happened yesterday, they were still going to keep first seed. So if they beat the Chiefs, like all they have to do is keep pace, and they're going to keep the first seed. So they're fine at that point. But they do have they're 0-2 in the division right now. They lost to Jets and the Dolphins. Me personally, I don't think they're losing another division game. I think they're going to wind up going 4 straight. I don't see New England beating them at all at this rate, but we'll see. So I think that the Bills are going to go 4-2 in that division, but they are 0-2 in their own division right now, and they're all have 6 wins at this rate at this point in time. So it's interesting to see how all this is shaping up. But the Jets, I have to admit, I got newfound respect, man, for that team. I don't think we were wrong the last 2 weeks downplaying Zach Wilson. I still think that's a fact. He still wound up playing arguably his best game yesterday because he was great for once. But at the end of the day, I still think that he is a liability and he will wind up, costing this team later down the line. So I really believe that the Jets have to find a suitable quarterback within the next 2 years to not waste this window that they possibly have built for this team. Everything else seems fantastic on this team. Quarterback, that I don't think you can win with that kid. So they got to fix that. But I do have respect. That defense is so good. And to defend Mac Jones and the Patriots offense a little bit for last week, now you see. Yeah. It's not that the Patriots offense is that bad. That Jets defense is legit. I mean, it's the Patriots offense is not good, but they were forced more so than they're just that trash. That defense on New York Jets, they're excellent. I think that proves it yesterday. The Sauce Gardner, my God, Sauce Gardner is so damn good. My God. All right. Off of that, let's continue on. Let's finish the division then in Miami going to Chicago, and Chicago, like we predicted, kept
Almost,
pace and
yeah.
they covered that 4-point spread. What did I say? That Miami defense cannot stop anything, especially the run. Justin Fields broke the record for most rushing up at quarterback in the game yesterday with I think a $176. I think he ran for. He he was really good, man. He's really coming on his. I lied. It was $178. I apologize, Justin Fields. Got to give him his full credit. You got to give it to Justin Fields, man. He's really the last 3 games, man. He's really becoming on his own and really is showing how special he can be. You know, sorry, damn. This my disease is really, messing with me at this point. But we also predicted that the Dolphins are just going to be able to do anything they can at will when it came to those 2 receivers and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle because again combined for over 200 yards, both of them. And in my opinion, I thought the Bears defense was absolutely disgraceful. Not because they can't stop nothing. It felt like throughout the game they chose not to. In my opinion, they gave the 2 receivers as much space as they wanted to run their crossers, no press, no nothing to really at least try to limit them from running their usual crossing routes and deep posts. Like they didn't stop any of that. It was really sad to see that defense as bad as they were, and they can go ahead and blame the Robert Quinn and the Roquan Swift trades all they want. I didn't know they play coverage. I'm pretty sure they don't. So it was pretty sad to see that. But the real reason I want to talk about this, Gabe, is not more because we basically covered the basis of it. Justin Fields was great. The offense was great on Miami because the Bears defense is embarrassing. But I actually want to talk about Tyreek Hill because he has 1,100 yards already in this season. And he is on pace to shatter Calvin Johnson's all-time receiving record for the season, and will be the first at this pace to be the first receiver to hit 2,000 yards in a season, the first one ever. Um, is he an all-time great?
I'm going to say, well, I want to reserve judgment for that one. I do feel that with the extra game, and the extra game, that it
I
does
like how you said that. I heard remarks about this type of stuff because of that. The extra game will help
will help, but
because Calvin got the 19 whatever in
it's
16 games.
games. But it still doesn't take turns to take the fact that how impressive this is. That this is. Um, Clearly, the Miami's offense is better with him being added alongside Jalen Waddle. Um, it doesn't tell me about Tua. It just shows that they haven't found a way to break again. They haven't found a way to stop their scheme of those two getting wide open and doing whatever they want to
They
do.
were wide open
Yeah,
every play, bro.
and the thing is that they teams have still not have figured it out yet. But I think when they figure it out, then they'll slow it down a little bit. But to call him an all time great, I mean, I think we should wait a little bit. But this is
Let me give you some stats. Let me give you some stats.
what?
As of right now, he's placed since 2016, right?
Yes.
So this is his 7th season, right?
Yeah.
He already has 7,734 yards in 7 seasons. All right, mind you, his rookie season he only had 600 yards receiving in his rookie season. He has been a Pro Bowler every season he's played because in his first season he was a special teams Pro Bowler and an All Pro. He's been an All Pro 3 times, twice for wide receiver in 2018 and 2020. Right?
Hmm.
That's pretty freaking insane. He has 59 touchdowns in 7 seasons.
It's not bad.
Those stats are insane for us. This is year 7 right now. He's playing, and he's basically averaging over 100 yards a season right now. He's might shatter the all-time record in yards in a season. You sure he's not an all-time great? Or at least I'll give you this. At least he is on pace.
That's fair. I was saying
That you take.
that's why I said I wanted to reserve judgment, right? Yeah, because like I said, any given moment that sucks. I don't know. I'm not knock on wood. Might a catastrophic injury may happen. Who knows? But I'm saying that I want to reserve there. But so far, this is very impressive, and yeah, it's looking really really good for him right now.
Yeah,
Usually, receivers that get 10,000 yards, receiver usually goes to the Hall of Fame. So they usually go to there. So yes, it's looking good for him.
it's crazy what he's doing. He also have some playoff moments. Remember that deep catch in the Super Bowl against the 49ers
Mhm.
to basically set up the victory before Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan choked in the next drive. He's the one that set that up. I was like, and he's known for something because he has that special trait, which usually is the thing that non-quarterbacks need to be recognized to be in the Hall of Fame. Is that little wow factor. He is arguably the fastest receiver ever. No, he is arguably the best deep threat ever. Arguably. I mean, we're still good to give that to Randy Moss because Randy Moss is Randy Moss. But dude, he averages 13.9 yards of reception for the career.
That's ridiculous. He's automatic first down.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's looking like this dude is an all-time great and is easily gonna hit the Hall of Fame. He's been a Pro Bowler for 6 straight seasons. If he were to get hurt right now, he's still gonna be a Pro Bowler.
Sure, yeah.
He is still gonna be a Pro Bowler if he gets hurt right now. If God forbid he gets injured, he doesn't play the rest of the season, he's a Pro Bowler no matter what. All Pro will go away, unfortunately for him, but this dude is dead. Is like on one ghetto there, dead ass is like all time great. It's insane. Crazy. Alex not trying to hear that. I don't know, but I'm gonna mention him later. Like, I can't wait. But dude, it's like that, man. He's like that. You know how Stephon Diggs always talk about I'm him. I don't know where that comes from because there's not a soul in the league that disrespects him. So I don't know why he keeps talking like people talking shit about him. I don't understand Stephon Diggs' mindset. I don't get it. But Tyreek Hill is him. Chargers and Falcons. I never wanted to kick Atlanta so hard because they had this game. Everything we said was true. Chargers wound up winning this game by game-winning field goal. So for everybody, 20-17 at Atlanta. Everything we said, man. Atlanta got 200 yards rushing down their throat, man. This Chargers team is so bad. How many drops did Justin Herbert get in this game from Everett, from Palmer? Like, it was insane. You had freaking Eckler get stripped, and somehow the Atlanta defender gets stripped right back to basically set up the win. And freaking Mariota overthrows the most open that Kyle Pitts has ever been in his NFL career. Overthrows him, which to me is what set up the comeback win for the Chargers. Atlanta had it, and this is what bad teams do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're expecting from Atlanta all year. They somehow have 4 wins, but this is what we expected from Atlanta more or less all season, and why they are a bad team. Chargers is 5-4 now, something like 5-3. Like
5-3.
it's sad because that Chargers team is bad. Injuries my ass, bro. This Chargers team is not a good football team, and it keeps squeaking out these lucky wins, bro. It's insane. Atlanta had this game. So many missed opportunities for Atlanta, man. So many.
I mean, five. That's just Atlanta. That's just the Atlanta way. They'll find, and this is why again, though their division's terrible, but it's still a bad team too. Bad team will find ways to lose
They are.
games, and the Chargers are a bad team too. But just that Atlanta is just as bad as they are, maybe even worse in that aspect. So they'll find a way to win the game. They find ways to win the game, and again, it's wins like this for the Chargers that save people like Brandon Staley from getting fired. It saves them. So they say, "Oh, well, we win the games." I'm like, "Well, it's not saying much."
It's not saying much. I agree 100%. It's not saying much. They can't run the ball. They don't unleash Justin Herbert's full thing. Their receivers, either they always hurt or they're unreliable. There's always something with this team, dude. And then everybody wants to jump on them every season. It's like, yeah, when do y'all learn? Y'all don't use common sense. This team is never going to do anything, bro. I swear, Justin Herbert needs to leave. The minute he gets a chance to leave, he better not stay in this franchise.
I agree.
He'll get a max contract anywhere. Anywhere. You don't have to stay in this sorry ass franchise. Right? Justin. If your head is on straight, you get the hell out of there. But whatever. All right, Packers and Lions. So, did you pick the Lions to win this game, or did you punk out like me? I think you punked out, right?
I pumped out. Yes, it did.
Yeah, but we said it last show. The Lions always keep things tight with them, and I have proof. Okay, since I will go with since 2017, they'd had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 meetings, right? Because they played one more time later on. In those meetings, the Lions actually have won 6 out of 11 times. 17, Aaron Rodgers was injured though, so you want to give them a little bit leeway. Fine, we can take out 2017 if you like, right? And we can go with just 18. If you go with just 18, the Packers are 5-4 against the Detroit Lions in 2018, and the Packers blew them out twice in those 9 games.
Right.
What did we say?
The
And
Lions.
Aaron Rodgers, this might have been his worst game in a very long time. He was absolute. We're making fun of Josh Allen. He was not even close to the worst quarterback of the week. Aaron Rodgers was so much worse. 3 interceptions. 3 of them were within scoring range. Absolutely insane. This man. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's happening in that franchise. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is drugged up or something. I don't know what the hell is going on with that team. But dude, and with Aaron Jones getting hurt, I believe around halftime or so, doesn't help the case, bro. You good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You keep looking at computer like something's going on.
No, it's good. It's good. Continue.
Anyway, but yeah, this game was real bad. Mind you, in Detroit fashion, the game was still always close every single step of the way. They basically didn't capitalize on any of those interceptions, but they did get that one touchdown before halftime. And I thought at that point the game was over. I knew they were going to win the game at that
When it
point.
was 8-0, I was like, oh my god. Like, to me, even though when Green Bay try to score in the last possession, in the last areas of the game, I was like, son, tell me, even if they try to steal this game, it's not gonna work. They're gonna lose this game anyway because first we have 2 really really bad end zone picks, very uncharacteristic, really bad, and it was like I'm gonna say it. Screw it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. People get mad. I don't give a shit. Aaron Rodgers needs to retire. I think it's time for him to retire.
You know who agrees with you? Lil Wayne.
Yes.
He tweeted, he's like, we should have traded him. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. He said we lost our window to trade 12 when we had the chance. That's basically what he tweeted. Even Lil Wayne, diehard Packers fan. He said it. Damn.
Embarrassment.
He was
They're an
very
embarrassment.
bad.
They're 3-6. They lost 5 in a row. And then the crazy thing is that how bad they played. They play Dallas next week against that defense. Oh, they're gonna get annihilated.
Normally, that's a team that Aaron Rodgers owns. I don't know about that this
I
year.
don't know about that this year.
About that this year.
It would say
Dallas is
more.
the
It would
finally
say
two
more
machine.
about Dallas. It would say more about Dallas if they lose this game. If Dallas loses this game next week, it would say more about them because Green Bay is absolute dog shit. They
They're on a bye too right now.
yeah.
So they have an extra week to prepare. Damn, this team is bad. Detroit's trash too, man. I don't think there's any saving this team, dude. They might be on the road of tanking. I'm pretty sure the Colts are tanking. I think they're at that road now. They're basically gonna lose the rest of the games for the rest of the season. I think
Yeah.
they're in tanking mode. My question in their case, I know we had nothing to do with this game, but I forgot to mention this in the little 5 minutes we gave that game. Um, my thing is, I wonder how this front office looks after this season because they're going to draft one of those quarterbacks. Colts are going to be one of the teams that gets one of the quarterbacks that are supposedly going to be good coming off of this draft. I
Yeah.
don't think they're getting Bryce. They're probably gonna get like Stroud or something. I don't fucking know. Y'all will tell me. I don't do college, so y'all will tell me who's good. But they're getting one of the quarterbacks, Indianapolis. So
they'll as usual You mentioned that before. I'm glad you mentioned the front office turn up because I do see that Frank Wright's done. I think he's gonna get fired.
Yeah, I
Um,
think he's gone. I don't think Ballard. Something tells me Ballard's gonna
other people,
stay.
place them the
I
year.
think. I could be wrong, but I think he stay. I think Frank Reich is gone. That I agree with.
I feel that well personally they should fire everybody and start anew because it doesn't make sense to keep Ballard. If you're gonna fire Wright, he's gonna hire his own GM, hire his own coach. Which then again is like, okay, what if they don't get along? This doesn't make much sense, honestly. But yeah, it doesn't make much sense. But as far as the quarterbacks, I know people like Bryce Young and people like Stevie Stroud. I don't like Stevie Stroud at all. Excuse me, but I say, hey, I don't think either quarterback or those two quarterbacks can start week one next year. I don't see it happening. I don't see
Mm,
they will make much of a difference at all. But that's just me.
okay, damn. I don't know. I'm just going by what I think is gonna happen for Indian and Detroit is on a similar thing, but they don't got a first round pick, right?
Who Indy? I don't believe so. No,
No, the Lions,
no,
right? They traded it for Jameson Williams, who's not
yeah,
apparently not gonna play at this rate
yeah,
this year. So I
yeah.
think that's right. We'll fact check it in a little while, but I think I don't think they have a first round pick this year because when they traded up to get Jameson Williams.
I don't think they have it either.
Yeah. So uh next game, fun game. Vikings going to Washington and winning 20-17 on a comeback win. Again, not looking impressive at all. Minnesota doing their thing, but guess what? They're 7, right? 7-1.
Yep, 7-1.
7-1. 7-1. By far leading the division. It's not even close. They already won the division in everybody's eyes at this point. Not looking very impressive, but Washington is looking very scrappy as usual. Defensive line was doing a lot of damage to that offensive line in Minnesota, who's actually improved, by the way. But again, another one we were money last show. Our predictions, money, bro. We kicked ass. Everything we said happened. Even in the Sunday, in the afternoon and the Sunday night game, we were money on that too. So it just when Washington again similar to Atlanta gives up opportunities. Like when Heineke threw that supreme duck to Harrison Smith for Minnesota to take over the game and win it. Heineke was playing decent up to that point. He was getting rushed crazy. This Minnesota defensive front's not bad. Zadarius Smith, they were really getting after Heineke, really making him work. It was really good to watch. It was a fun defensive game in Washington. Um, but throwing that duck right to Harrison Smith, which led to Kirk Cousins throwing that dime to Dalvin Cook in the end zone. That was it. But this Minnesota defense ain't looking that bad. They're getting better. If they're getting better, then maybe they will do something this postseason. I mean, I would put my money on it, but maybe they'll do something. But they don't look that bad. They're going to Buffalo. Buffalo's looking like they're reeling a little bit, and with all the injuries, like we said on Buffalo's secondary, Justin Jefferson's due for a $160 game. Man, he might be getting it at Buffalo this Sunday. We'll see though. We'll see. Yeah, nothing to say. Right? It was a fun game.
Not really to say. I like Tyler Haneke. I like him. I like to me this team plays better when he's there.
No question.
They are
That's not
so.
even an argument.
I don't understand. Just wish they just commit to him. Finally commit to him. But I get it. But no, actually, no, I don't get it. Because Washington's a bunch of idiots. They rap a bunch of idiots. So I expect that. But
Maybe not for long.
maybe not for long. You're right. So. But yeah. Again, like I said, like we say every single week, this Minnesota team does not impress me at all. For these wins, I'm like, all right, they're not impressing me at all. They could have easily lost every single last one of those games. They could have easily lost, but
Yep,
a win's a win. And as I always say, style points don't count in the standings. So
it doesn't. Yeah. What counts is that WL mark, and they only have
one,
one of those L's. So they got it. They won. We basically won their division already. So they're good. It's kind of sad how the only quote unquote competition they may have is Chicago. That's
yeah,
the only team. That's crazy. Two more games. Rams and Buccaneers. As sloppy as this game turned out to be, I actually had a good time watching this game. These offenses are both so damn sorry. It's insane. Vita Vea by himself was basically wreaking havoc on this Rams offense and was the biggest reason to me why this to me he's the MVP of the team in that game is Vita Vea. By himself was wreaking havoc on that team. Of course, Rams can't run the football just like the freaking Buccaneers can. Let me see their rushing total. Just to laugh. Just to laugh. I have it right in front of me. Combined, both teams ran for 119 yards combined. What the hell is that, dude?
That is disgusting.
Combined. The Rams have 68 yards and Buccaneers have 51 yards rushing. Oh my God, bro. Tom Brady threw how many times? 58 times, I think he threw.
Yep.
Yep, 58 times. He's 45. That man threw 58 times. There is no reason in any game that he should be throwing more than his age. 45 is already an astronomical amount of passes attempted. The fact that he threw more than his age, first of all, it's too funny how we can say that joke. And for two, like, he should not be throwing that many times. This team is so pathetic. But I personally think, and I was saying this for a few weeks now, I don't think he's bad. I think the team is bad. And you definitely saw that yesterday in that game. I don't understand this Mike Evans thing because they were kind of sucking on him a little bit in the broadcast yesterday, talking about he's overrated what he's done in the team and all that. I'm like, this dude drops so many passes. And when he drops passes, they're bad drops too. He did it like 4 times yesterday. Scotty Miller, they almost lost because he had that bad drop on the end zone at the end of the game. They got lucky. But at least he moved the ball to set up the score for them to win. So many bad drops. Julio Jones, I don't know. He needs to retire after this year. I don't understand why people keep giving him money. He needs to retire. His body can't handle it anymore. His body could barely handle it when he was in his prime. He can't stay on the field. Don't know why he's on the NFL. I would have been caught him. It was me, but whatever. You know, this. Do you know the leading receiver in this team for the Buccaneers? Some guy, I don't even know his first name. C. Otten. I believe he's the one that got the game-winning touchdown. C. Otten. Do you know who
Really?
that is?
Never heard of him.
Exactly. Exactly. This team is so bad. So there is nothing that Tom's going to be able to do to fix this. They're a bad team. That's not just because they finally won and cut their 4 or 5 game losing streak. That don't mean a damn thing. This team is still bad. It's not going to fix anything. Without Shaquille Barrett, this team has no pass rush. That Joe Tryon dude is garbage. He's a bad player. He's a really bad defensive end. So they have no edge rush at all. This team is bad. It's just that simple. So because there's a lot of Tom Brady lovers out there, because we are around a lot of those people now who wants to jump on top. There is nothing he can do to save this team. They're a bad team. If they luckily make the playoffs, they will be getting kicked in the mouth against anybody they're playing in the NFC. It's very simple. So this team is bad. The Los Angeles side, their season, as we proclaimed already on the live show on Friday, their season is over. They're finished. Now it's official. They can tank it in. The Rams season is finished. It's over. The 49ers will more than likely come back next week and beat the hell out of the Chargers because that's their next game after a bye. And the Seattle already has 6 wins. So they got the division is close. It's not on lock, but it's close to it being on lock now. Seattle is a top team. So the Rams are finished because the West and the NFC are getting 2 spots, a division and a wild card spot. The East is getting 2 spots, a division and a wild card spot. That 7th seed is looking like the Giants might steal that at this rate in time. They're screwed. The Rams are screwed. They're not making the playoffs this year. One of the saddest Super Bowl hangovers we've ever seen in NFL history. I think it's safe to say that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going 500, in my opinion. I don't think they're getting more than 7 wins this year.
They have a game next week against Arizona, which both these teams are done anyway. But you could say that they will pretty much cancel the other one out.
They do. Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree 100%. They're a bad football team. They can't run the football. Their offensive line is in shambles. Matthew Stafford is obviously bothered by that. The only person who could get open is Cooper Kupp, and he's hobbled because you saw Allen Robinson. He can't separate at all, which I knew that about him. So when they were going to those teams, I don't know why people were so excited. I was like, it's cool that they got a number 2 guy in him, but I don't know why people were excited like he was a number 1. He hasn't been number 1 in my opinion in years. He can't separate. So there's nothing he can do at that point. And defensively, they're okay, but I mean, you saw that last drive defense. What was that? They played deep zone the whole thing and let Tom Brady go in the end zone. What was that defensive game? What was that?
Yeah.
That team is done. They're finished. They're vomitrocious. Now let's go on to the Sunday night game, where it was actually pretty fun to watch.
What was he talking
Titans
about?
going to Chiefs. And did we not call the Titans covering this game?
Yeah, we did.
Another one. We kicked ass last week.
We did.
And overtime, Chiefs win 20-17. I'm telling you, just because a team doesn't have a crazy amount of defensive line talent doesn't mean they're not nasty. This Titans front is nasty. Very tough, very strong. They kick ass. And they did it against the Kansas City Chiefs. And really made Mahomes go out his way to find ways to make plays. Unfortunately, for the Titans case, they kind of stopped playing QB contain and got gushed by Mahomes' rush attack at the fourth quarter and overtime, unfortunately. But the Chiefs have a small problem, which is similar to Buffalo, as in they're kind of asking their quarterback to do too much and they can't run the football on their own. Buffalo is very similar to this. Mahomes, you don't know funny ass stat for Chiefs rushing attack?
What is it?
There is only one person in the Chiefs rushing core that had double-digit rushing yards. You want to know who that is?
Who is it?
Mahomes. Pacheco, Edwards-Helaire, and Jerry McKinnon all got 5 yards or less. Don't I love being right about bad running back? I freaking told you Edwards-Helaire is an embarrassment. He's trash. I said it, but whatever. That's my victory lap. I'm the running back whisperer. I know when they suck or not. But anyway, Mahomes is the only one.
True.
Yeah, that's bad. Even Buffalo's not that bad in rushing. That's bad. Very bad. Derrick Henry was pretty much going down at will. The Titans got 172 rushing yards. The reason why we keep talking about rushing total is because that's kind of how you win in the NFL nowadays. Is
Yeah.
running the football. So
Yeah.
that's what we keep pushing that towards y'all, so y'all could get that in your heads. For
Yeah.
this season, at least specifically, running the football is king.
It's yes, the return of the king. Yes, because they shot away from it, but now they're coming back to it.
But with that being said, it's kind of hard to win a game when you have only 80 yards passing.
Yeah, yeah. Malik Willis, which
And
did we not
and
say?
that's just his regular passing yards. His net passing yards is 57 because sacks count in lost yardage and sacks count in net passing yards. So yeah, 57 yards passing net wise. So yeah, it's kind of hard to win a game when your quarterback doesn't throw the football.
Have we not been saying this?
Yeah.
We've been saying this for like all year. Like he's not ready. He wasn't ready. It was going to hurt. But listen, Derrick Henry had a monster game, which we
Yep.
expected for him. It kept Titans. They were leading. They were leading, but at the end of the day, as much as Mahomes struggled, you can never keep that man out of it. He's always in it. He's always going to find a way to
Yep.
keep them in it, striking distance. And I felt like there were situations where the Titans didn't put the thing away.
What's going on over there? Hello?
Yeah, it's
What's going on over there?
well, I will talk to you about that afterwards. But
Okay.
yeah,
We're almost done anyway. It's the last game, so
yeah. But I'm sorry about that. But I feel like yeah, it's they could have put the team away and they couldn't, unfortunately. It's a good win for the Chiefs, no problem. For the Titans, they still have a lot of issues. A lot of issues with the team overall.
yeah, like wide receiver.
Especially a wide receiver, because they literally Derrick Henry carried the team by himself. And Malik Willis, I'm not gonna lie, he's not ready. I'm not saying he's not gonna be a good quarterback in the end of the league. I don't think he's good right now, but he's not ready. He's not ready.
No, not even a little bit. He's actually complete ass. if you want to keep it real. But we all saw this coming. This is why we said we got to give him like 2 years of grooming time before. But when your name has to be called, your name has to be called with Tannehill's injury. It is what it is. But he did as much as he could. And he wasn't like horrendous on the field in terms of the full like picture. It's just passing. He was just gross. Uh, but he could run. He's a great football player. Hopefully he gets his he could be like a Jalen Hurts and really improve his passing as the year goes on. Maybe by year 3 or 4, he breaks out like Jalen Hurts is doing right now. So it's a possibility. But yeah, he's ass right now.
Mm.
Basically. Apparently you're having a crisis, so I think we can go now.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just my work phone is going bananas right now. So it's like I already know I could never have a day off where thing happens. There's always something going on over there. But I apologize for that. That being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Radio. We're everywhere. Check us out there. The Facebook group, the Pick'ems. It's a very, very tight race on the top of the table.
I know I did well this week.
Yes. So we'll see how that goes right there. Make sure you check out the AFC East Shakedown on Saturday night on 6 p.m. Eastern time. Yes. Check that out. And also Bucket Fury on Thursday.
Oh, wait. Breaking news. Breaking news.
What?
Remember we were talking about Frank Reich?
Yeah. He fired?
Yeah.
Yes. Good. I didn't mean to, celebrate his demise and
He's rich. He'll be all right.
He's rich.
He'll be all right.
But it's good to be right. God damn it. There was no way he was going to survive this.
I'm glad they waited till now. We called it on the podcast. Yes. Yeah, there you go. We was wait. If it was me, I probably would have fired him before the season even started.
I should have fired last year for what happened last year.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's not a surprise. So you had to make a change. I wonder who's going to be the interim for the rest of the year, but it had to happen.
I'm pretty sure they're tanking, dude. I'm very sure the Colts are tanking. They're going to be a top 5 pick.
Which for the league is kind of scary because, overall, they're just missing quarterback. Other than that, they have really good areas of.
The line is not looking very good anymore.
But
they wasted that window.
But I feel like there's a window for them to because there's a lot of good linemen in this draft, so they could
Yeah, they could probably fix it. Now I hear that.
Yeah, so
right tackle, especially for them. Oh my god. Well, both tackles bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, they wasted that window, which is probably one of the reasons why the GM should be fired too. They wasted that offensive line window, and you for some reason don't know what a right receiver is. They're actually worse than New England apparently at getting receivers. So that's what I'm saying. That he probably should be fired too, but we'll see about him.
I agree. He should be fired. But yeah, breaking news on the podcast. I've been the last time that's happened.
Yeah, it's been a while since that happened.
But other than that, we'll see you guys soon. Please love applesauce.